Welcome back to the Living in Savannah channel. I'm James Headley. With St. Patrick's Day this week, things are heating up in Savannah. If you aren't in the know already, St. Patrick's Day here in Savannah is a huge party. And in reality, the celebration started well before this week, and certainly every year before March 17th. You should definitely experience the parade and surrounding festivities at least once. And don't be surprised if you find yourself being drawn back more than once. For those of us in the landings, this essentially citywide holiday also kicks off a busy spring of events with the annual Corn Ferry Tour visit to Deer Creek and the Challenger tennis event at Franklin Creek soon to follow. There are always events and reasons to celebrate here on Skidaway, but perhaps even more so this time of year. For those of you out there considering a move here to be a part of all this fun, I wanted to take a few minutes today to share a few counterintuitives with you regarding the buying experience. Before doing so, let me thank you for subscribing, liking, and sharing this channel, and encourage you to continue doing so. I certainly do appreciate that. So let's turn to those counterintuitives, and for the first one, let me start with the title of this episode. Don't book a flight to come see a landings home. Am I suggesting that you should buy a home without seeing it in person first? Absolutely not. But especially in a market that has shown ongoing signs of softening and moving from a seller's market to a more balanced market, the need to hop on a plane or drive long distance the instant an appealing home hits the market isn't paramount in most cases. If we are working together, we're already identifying what is important to you in a landings home and what isn't as important. What are the must-haves and what are the nice-to-haves? Which trade-offs make sense and at what price points? So the natural extension of that, and what I'm referring to here, is for me to go have a look in person and either do a FaceTime tour together, or, as is more often the case with my buyer clients, let me narrate a video walking tour of the home for you. Having passed the 75 video mark this week in terms of the number of these that I've done for clients, I think they would enthusiastically attest to the value and the convenience that this provides. I cannot tell you how many houses that looked amazing on paper turned out to be not worth clients pursuing after a 15-minute video tour. The second of the counterintuitives I wanted to throw out there today was consider visiting and not seeing any homes. You may be saying, wait, didn't you just tell me about ways to save time and money while home shopping, and now you're telling me not to see any homes while I'm actually on the island? My response is a perhaps yes, pending where you are in the buying process. If you're early on in the timeline, such as still in the phase of considering the landings alongside other locales, such as the Carolinas or Florida, I'd suggest that your time might be better served here by getting a sense of the island itself and the surrounding area versus seeing homes that almost certainly won't be ones you will purchase if and when you decide the timing is right for you to pull the trigger on a home here in the landings. There's also a psychological element at play here. Why tie yourself into a pretzel if you see the perfect home at a time when you absolutely are not prepared to make an offer? Not only won't you be buying it now when it's available, but you might romanticize it even more than deserved or warranted when looking at homes down the line when you are ready to buy. Not to mention, the market could shift meaningfully enough that you will be inaccurately comparing apples to oranges in the future and hamstringing your negotiating perspective as a result. And lastly, don't look at every home that comes on the market. Here I'm talking not about physical home showings, but rather the listings for new homes that hit the market. While the volume of new homes hitting the market here is far from cumbersome for most buyers, when that number is often in the low to mid single digits in any given week, if you're checking Zillow, Realtor.com, and or another aggregator site daily, or more than daily, or having every MLS update sent to you automatically by some agent that you cross paths with who knows when and what capacity, this may not be useful and actually might be counterproductive. Think about it this way. If your target home is a 3 to 4 bedroom home with a view that happens to be around $1 million, is there any positive impact on your understanding of what the available inventory of homes with those criteria might look like if you're seeing those homes along with $2 million plus estate homes and townhomes every time a new listing or a change in listing price happens to come out? Or is it more likely that your perceptions and or expectations might be unduly colored in an inaccurate way that, again, may hamstring your bargaining acumen when the time comes for you to actually make an offer? As an aside, this is why I, as a matter of routine, will send my clients only curated lists of homes on a daily basis with comments on the pluses and minuses of those homes and their fit within the criteria that we've previously discussed. That goes certainly well beyond just past price range, the discussion of price range. I'll stop with those for today, at least, since I'm getting a little tongue-tied here. But I hope that this is valuable food for thought for you as you consider making the Landings your new home. It would certainly be my pleasure to assist you with that evaluation and that journey. So please do not hesitate to get in touch with me anytime. And in the meantime, thanks again for subscribing, sharing, and liking. And I will look forward to seeing you in the next episode. Take care.